So today you are going to be shown how to make your films ready to do some solar printing or light painting with photographs. So here we go. So first off, I want to control my output. So I'm going to make a new file. Ta-da. Remember, I'm going to go to print because I'm going to print this. I need it 300 PPI. I'm going to go to letter. There's letter right there. And then so print letter and then click create. And it will create this document. If I wanted to rotate this document so it was landscape, not portrait, I would go up to image, transform, and I would rotate it 90 or 90. So I actually want mine to be portrait, so I'm not going to rotate my canvas so that it would be landscape like this. So I'll rotate this back. So again, transform, image, transform, rotate 90. All right, here we go. Now I need to get my image open. So file open, I'm going to find my image. I chose a high contrast image, meaning lots of whites, lots of blacks. Some gray tones are okay. Where is it? I think it's in my pictures. Yeah, I'm just using this image that I've used a bunch this year. I'm going to open this image. Again, I don't know how big this image is. It could be the size of a poster. It could be size of a postage stamp. So what I want to do is I want to copy this image into the letter size document up here. So to do that, I am going to go to edit. Oh, come back here. Where'd my menu go? No, there it is. Pull this back up. All right, I'm going to go to edit, copy. It's going to copy those pixels. I'm going to click on the letter size document, edit, paste. Ta-da! This is a lot bigger. So I'm going to use Command minus or Command plus to zoom out a bit. Going to go to edit, free transform. I'm going to see the little levers here on the side, and I am going to shrink this up. I don't want to change the proportions of this, so I'm going to hold shift while I shrink it up. And I am going to get it to the edge. Click enter on your keyboard or click the check mark up here to lock in that transformation. Get rid of those little squares. I'm going to zoom back in so I can see it a little bit bigger. So Command plus. I'm on the move tool up here. So I want to move this down a little bit. See how I have a little bit of white there? That would be okay if you do have stuff on the outside, but I am, oops, don't do Command T. That gives you the wrong thing. Edit, free transform. I'm just going to stretch out this just a tad. There we go. All right, so we need to turn this into a black and white image and then boost the contrast. And then we're going to invert it, or those are the three things we're doing. So first off, I need to turn this into a black and white image. So I have ways of doing that. I can either go over here to let's go down here. I want to go to not layer effects, but I want to go to this little kind of black and white new adjustment layer. And it's going to give me options for adjustment layers. So I want to add a black and white adjustment layer, which is going to turn my picture black and white. Notice black and white does have some sliders on it, which kind of changes how much gray you have in here. So I might boost these. You want even, you want lights and darks and some grays. So basically that's black and white there. All right. So I added this adjustment layer. I'll pull back down here. If you notice, it pops out to the properties right here. That's why I went there earlier, to be able to see that menu. If I wanted to get back into this menu, I would click on this little tiny thumbnail picture here, and it's going to, if I double click, or 2-finger click, it's going to open up this menu. All right, so I'm going to go back down here. So I turned it black and white. Now I want to boost the contrast. I want my blacks blacker and my whites whiter. So I'm going to go back down to this new adjustment layer down here. I'm going to go to curves. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, curves gives you this graph here. This is called a histogram back here. What this is if I pull this line down, so if I grab on this line and pull it down, it's going to make my darks darker. Okay, so it's going to make my blacks blacker. I'm going to go up here into this upper quadrant up here. I'm going to grab the line and I'm going to pull it up and it's going to make my whites whiter. Okay, so this is adding more contrast. Okay, there's a little eyeball here that I can turn off and turn back on, and you can see the difference of what this curves layer is doing. Okay, I'm trying to make this into a silhouette with some grays. All right, so I boosted my contrast. If you look, this is a slight S curve. So the beauty of curves is making this into a tiny, tiny little S. Okay, pull down, push up. All right. Next thing is we need to invert this film so that we can print it correctly. So again, down here on my adjustment layers, I'm going to go to invert. And once I'm on invert, if you notice, I've inverted the blacks and the whites in order to have those taken care of. So from here, this is how I want to print my film. So I need to save this. So I'm going to go back up. I'm going to go File, Save as PSD, just in case I want to get back into it, right? We always save as a PSD. Dun, dun, dun. And I'm going to call this Film 1. Okay, you might be doing more than one films. Oh, FILM. FILM. Film 1. So, and maybe I could call this Film 1 Torii Gate, so I know what project this is. I'm going to save that just in case I want to get back into it. Once I print it, if I realize I need to make it even darker or change something, I want to keep these layers here. So save it as a PSD. Last thing, File, Export as, export it as a JPEG. Dun, dun, dun. Click Save. I know it's super big, but that's okay. All right, saving. Look what I can do. I can click on Film 1 Torii Gate, and it's going to put that title right up there for me. I want to make sure it says JPEG down here, and then I'm going to click Save. Dun, dun, dun. And now it's downloading to save. From Photopea, what we're going to try to do is we're going to, you have it open on your Chromebook. You're going to go over to the printer. You're going to go to File. You're going to go to Print. Dun, dun, dun. You're going to plug your Chromebook into the printer, and we should be able to print. Not safe for web. No. Anyway, we'll talk about printing in class. How about that? But I believe we're either going to print it from Photopea or we might have to print it from your files. But when you go to print your films, you're going to put the transparency in the manual feed tray one at a time, but you're actually printing 2 films, 2 copies. We have to sandwich them together to make all these blacks super black and super dark. So yeah, that's that. Enjoy, make as many films as you want. Keep in mind, this is the size of what your print is going to be. If you want a smaller print, don't fill the page, okay? If I wanted this just to be in the corner of my bag or whatever it is I am making, then I would go and size down. So edit, free transform. Dun, dun, dun. I would go and size down this film, and it will be like this. Do you want the black background? Yes, because we need that there to block the light from shining through. That's going to harden the dye. So all of this will wash out and will remain the color of the fabric. The parts here that are white, those are the parts that are going to turn either blue or orange or red, the color of the dye. So we have to kind of think of it that way, and that's why you inverted it. So yeah, ta-da! See you on the printer side. Okay, bye.